Terence Crawford, undefeated, a 4-division world champion, the man many call the best pound-for-pound fighter alive. But even legends bleed, and in August, Israel Madrimov gave Crawford one of the toughest nights of his career. The undefeated WBA super welterweight champion walked in with just 10 professional fights, but a background of over 300 amateur wins, the kind of schooling Eastern Europe is famous for. From the opening bell, his style disrupted everything. Sharp movements, awkward feints, a dangerous right hand. Crawford was off rhythm, missing more than usual. Analysts quickly admitted he hadn't looked this inaccurate in years. It wasn't chaos for the sake of chaos. Madrimov landed clean, especially with that right hand. Several times he made Crawford feel the power. Proving that even the pound-for-pound king could be touched. Fans were reminded of 2019, when Egidijus Kavaliauskas forced Crawford into a dogfight. But this was worse. Madrimov's constant circling, perpetual movement, and unpredictable timing broke Bud's flow in ways few ever had. Still, Crawford did what champions do. He studied, he adjusted, he tested with the jab, looked for the body, and slowly began to solve the puzzle in front of him.
This is usually the round. Pick it up a little bit. He starts the side. What he's doing now. See how his opponents are going to fight him? They've done 300 amateur wins. So he has been around the block. He's with winning rounds right now.
Well, I mean, I think he's winning rounds. Trying to just... Nice shot so far. Yeah, he's not throwing with the jab. He's going in the front door with a straight.
Looks to me, Bud's not really that concerned.
And this is how he operates. Eventually, he's going to get caught and lose that circuit. And he's always back to the movement of the same. You can't time it. As I like how both guys aren't deviating from their plan.
Bud staying in the southpaw. The dream off a little left upper.
Well, Crawford sees what he's doing. He's cut.
Oh, and that.
Shot saved by Bud.
It's hard to get Madrimov's timing down because he really doesn't.
Find that right pace to control it.
Round after round, Madrimov stayed committed to his plan, but so did Crawford, and eventually the tide began to turn. After the second round, Crawford began searching for answers. He slipped in a sharp uppercut, showing flashes of his timing, but Madrimov's movement kept frustrating him. But wasn't getting the jab going, and without it, the openings were slim. By the 8th round, Crawford finally found a moment. A crushing body shot landed clean and forced Madrimov to take a step back. The arena felt the shift, but the Uzbek warrior stood tall and refused to fold. Commentators applauded Madrimov's patience. 3 or 4 more rounds of this, one said, and Crawford's in trouble. comes in with a fixed game plan. He adapts mid-fight, but this time, every adjustment was being tested. Madrimov, with just 11 pro fights under his belt, wasn't fighting like underdog. He worked the body, ripped hooks around the guard, and kept Bud waiting instead of dictating.
It didn't happen, but for the first time.
Overhand looping shots by Madrimov and not falling off balance either. Things that he's been doing this entire fight. Now he's able to capitalize on it in the action.
Left from Madrimov. He's having his best.
Deal, and the overhand right comes, it is gonna land.
Time in years, Crawford looked human.
In the corner, he wants to completely figure out Madrimov, but maybe go and be the more assertive fighter. Off as he glanced down.
Crawford tried walking him down, but Madrimov answered with an awkward looping right hand over the top, catching him clean. Then came round 9. Madrimov exploded with a perfectly timed left hook. It landed flush, and for a split second, Crawford's legs betrayed him. The crowd gasped. Was the pound-for-pound king about to fall? He didn't go down, but for the first time in years, Terence Crawford looked vulnerable.
One shot. I feel like coming back.
And that's Madrimov. He's naturally a left-handed. He's naturally left-handed.
There's a right hand, but punches landed between these two fighters. Now Madrimov trying to be the boss with 50.
He's a little more lax on his defense than he needs to be. And that's why what he needs.
Look at that. So that's his knee. Madrimov, man, I got it.
Human. In his corner, his team urged him to stay sharp. Across the ring, Madrimov's corner sensed blood. The fight had entered dangerous territory. By the championship rounds, the fight's rhythm shifted.
Credit to Madrimov.
Good switching by Sergio's a right hand lands from
Step back. Caught him coming in.
super middleweight titles. You know, we've talked about it out a lot.
Good shot.
He overextended himself.
I think orthodox would have been better for the straight right hands.
A fight like this against a very good right hand from
Madrimov, who had spent the early and middle rounds overwhelming Crawford with awkward angles and looping rights, finally began to slow. His bursts of energy gave way to clinches, and a non-stop movement that had frustrated Crawford started to fade. That was all the window Crawford needed. The veteran switched gears, pressed forward, and began to reclaim control. He dug to the body, snapped sharp counters, and forced Madrimov on the back foot. The crowd could sense it. Bud had steadied the ship. Still, Madrimov didn't disappear. He continued firing back, landing the occasional right hand, and proving he wasn't there just to survive.
Now Crawford on the front foot. You know he's trying to something up, but Madrimov.
But as the final rounds played out, Crawford's experience and discipline told the story. He rallied, stole the momentum, and did just enough to edge out the decision.
Now Crawford on the front foot. You know he's trying to something up, but Madrimov. And that will do it for the first time.
When the scorecards were read, Crawford had his hand raised and history was made. Another world title in the new division. But it was no easy night. The pound-for-pound king had been tested like few times before, pushed to his limits by a fighter with only 11 pro bouts. Madrimov may not have left with the belts, but he left with something just as valuable: respect. He made the world see Crawford bleed, and he proved that even the greats can be shaken. For the first time from Omaha, Nebraska, USA, he is the new WBA super welterweight champion. Crawford added yet another belt, becoming a champion in his 4th weight class. But this wasn't the dominant showcase his fans expected. It was sweat, pain, and doubt. That night, Israel Madrimov proved something the world rarely sees. Terence Crawford is only human. With this, friends, we end our review. I hope you found it interesting and informative. If so, support our channel with your likes and